Now, as you know, I do New Music Friday every Friday, and today is no exception, as it is Friday, and I will be doing New Music Friday later on this afternoon. I try and do these live on YouTube, I do it live on Instagram, I did do it live on Facebook, and of course I do it on TikTok. I was going to say Twitter. I've done it on Twitter once, on the Poor Man's Podcast things. But why am I talking to you with no music now? And why am I talking to you sitting in my car in a car park? Well, I'm getting kind of miffed at all these platforms muting or removing my videos. Now, they do so in the name of copyright. They do so in the name of justice and what is right in the world. And I completely understand that it is wrong to rip people off and take money away from them. But I don't do this for money. I don't do this for monetization. I do this because I enjoy music and I am autistic, which is not an excuse. It's just a fact. And the fact is that music is one of my special stims or specialist interests, and I combine the two. I find music helps me cope. Long before my diagnosis, I'd often be found with earphones in at the back of a classroom when I was at school. It was my escape, and it is no lie to say that music probably did save my life. I mean, it got me through most of my adolescence and difficult times in my adulthood as well. So I talk about it. I talk about it a lot. Now, what I have noticed with music, I didn't think I was unique in this way. I'm not unique, as I don't believe in anything is unique. There's always somebody in the world that shares your bizarreness. But music, I didn't know that people didn't see and feel music the same way I did. Now, see, when I say I feel and see music, is I see music as colours and patterns and shapes. Apparently that's called synesthesia, but also I can feel it in my hands. There's a weight to different music depending on the music. Now, a lot of people say, oh man, I feel that it moved me. Yeah, and that pretty much is it, but I can manipulate these feelings and I can make these patterns. Now, whether that's all in my head and I'm crazy, fair dues, but I see and feel music. Now, factually behind that, music, when you hear music, is a compression of sound waves. So there's science that say you could feel it if you could feel the movements and the shift and the vibrations. I mean, deaf people can hear music, but they feel music. So it's not a stretch. And obviously I do that. It depends on the music. Now, why am I telling you that as well? Well, because all music, no matter what genre, shares those very same patterns, colours, and feeling. I mean, the feeling you can manipulate yourself, but the actual weight of it is all like a signature to the actual track. The colours are not unique to genre. The colours and the patterns go across genres and across music. And the shapes, well, that could be down to individuality, but the shapes that I see are all uniform across different types of music. So, for example, Iron Maiden, you may not believe this, shares a lot in common with the likes of Nicki Minaj. Now, how can you put Iron Maiden and Nicki Minaj in the same category? Well, that's because the patterns and the shapes and the colours are very, very, very similar to one another. So you can see, and it's not just Iron Maiden and Nicki Minaj. The similarities and the thing happen across many genres and many artists. So it's kind of bizarre to think that people think they own music, because they don't. Because to own music is to say that one owns a language. Now, I am not taking away the fact that musicians need to earn their money and it's their livelihood, and everybody has a right to make money from their art. What I do take umbrage with is when companies deliberately suppress or try to attack smaller artists or smaller creators and say, you are stealing our content because you happen to have this in the background. Now, they have the right to try that, but they don't own language. Now, one thing I am certain of is music is a language, but it is the language of the universe. It is the one thing that can reunite and unite us all, because no matter where you're from, what part of this tiny rock you are living, you will be able to hear the music and understand that language. And it is given to us by the universe, and musicians, talented as they are just conduits. They hear the language and they rearrange it and make the songs that we listen to and we love. It's a shared thing. It is part of the universe. It is the universe telling us how and what and where and when. It is the history of the universe. It is basically the life lessons. So yeah, it's kind of annoying that big companies such as Sony, they're terrible for it. If you listen to anything in the background with their music on, they will suppress and take that video down faster than a tart pair of knickers. Oh yeah, trust me, they are terrible. But obviously Snoop Dogg, he's on the ball now. He's the CEO. He doesn't like his stuff being used anywhere unless he gives you express permission. It's not just unique to executives. Basically, YouTube has to take down videos and demonetize them if you use the thing. It's because people think they own something which they can never truly own. I'll give you another example. The ginger singing icon Ed Sheeran. I didn't even need to say his name. Second said Junior icon. You knew I was talking about Ed Sheeran. He's not long had a day in court where somebody said, yo, this is my song, this is your song, this is my song, the similarities are the same. I found that very ironic because Ed Sheeran is the biggest... I have to be careful what you say in case you do enter court. Ed Sheeran takes or hears the universe talking, and he takes from many different genres, and his pattern is identical to hundreds of other artists. Ed Sheeran is what I like to call, let's put it into a thing that makes sense to me. Think of music as the building blocks, and you've got Lego, which is like advanced, and you've got Lego Technics, which is like when you get all technical, and you have the Lego Duplo, which is for when you're a baby. Now, Ed Sheeran's music is Lego Duplo. Kind of like Stickle Bricks, if you're old enough to remember them. It is simple. There is nothing complicated about Ed's patterns. They are all uniform across every single one of his albums, and they are very similar to multiple artists who all use the same things. I mean, if you listen to one of Ed Sheeran's songs, you will hear Among Us. See, what Ed does is he takes things that are popular and he incorporates into his songs. So where you go, I can't remember the name of Tommy, but there's a song where boom, 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 right. But anyway, that intro, that boom, 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 that pattern and that intro is straight from Among Us. Now, at the time, Among Us was really popular on all phones for kids, and that's going in a song. Now, he didn't rip it off from Among Us. He may have just been a conduit for it, but that went into one of his songs, which no one's doubt went into the top 10, and people still sing it today. But that is in there. The same pattern, the same chord, the same sound. It is from Among Us. Now, does Among Us sue Ed Sheeran? No, because it's slightly removed. But the pattern is there and the shape is there. I am not crazy, people. These patterns are universal. And if everybody could see them, or if everybody chose to monetize those patterns, we would have litigation going through the courts for millennia. Now, how does that refer to me? Well, it's just a rant, because It's almost 10 minutes and it's just a rant because I'm fed up of getting my videos removed when I'm not earning any money or trying to do anything other than share the love of music. So, how do you feel about it? What do you see in music? Do you see the colours? Do you see the patterns? Do you understand the language? If you've watched this video this far, thank you. It has been a rather long rant, and I probably went round in circles because I hate doing videos, even though I do them a lot. And I hate looking at myself when I'm recording the videos. But anyhow, New Music Friday will be on later this afternoon when I get home from where I am. And until then, that's a rant. And I've been X2E. Happy New Music Friday.